Hello guys, and I hope you're all very excited for another State of Play stream. I had a lot of fun with the Ghost of Tsushima one that we had, so I thought, well, why not do a Last of Us 2 one? Although, I have to say up front, this is a spoiler-free zone, so apologies. I know that, I do not like having to put on members-only chat. I hope that no one sees it as, in any kind of a way, like forcing you to become a member or feeling pressure to become a member. It is just because people on the internet don't know how to behave themselves, and there are some spoilers out there, and I want to make sure that we all stay spoiler free and can enjoy the stream without worrying about that. So with that housekeeping out of the way, bearing in mind, please, that this is a spoiler-free zone, so please do not mention anything that you may have read, seen, heard about anything related to The Last of Us 2, apart from any trailers that we've seen. Yeah, welcome guys. I am so excited about this. I am like looking forward to I've been looking forward to this game for so long, and I'm sure like many of you out there have been like maybe replaying the first game, reliving memories of the first game. Can't believe it was so long ago, you know? Like, I was looking up stuff just to refresh my memory. It's like, is that seriously how long ago it was? What was it, 2013? Like, actual last gen consoles and stuff? But yeah, I mean, if any of the trailers or anything to go by, like, Last of Us 2, PS4 goes out on a high, right? Like, it looks gorgeous, and you know, the original set a very high standard when it comes to graphics and when it comes to storytelling. So yeah, like many people out there, I am really, really excited for what's to come. They haven't said much about what the content of this state of play is going to be, but I think that we can expect a wodge of new gameplay. I think we can expect, yes, a little glimpse into some mechanics. I think they're going to stick very, they're going to stay away from most of the story, but that's okay. We don't want it to be spoiled for us anyway, and it's not long to go. So I can see in the chat that many people are maybe still watching Ian's stream as well on their phone, so that's grand. Come join us when you're ready. That's absolutely fine. We've got a super chat from Josh Perini. He says, I am so stoked for this game. I absolutely love the story of the first game. It's close to one of my all-time favorites. Love to get a chance to geek out with you, Aoife, over this one. Yes, please. This is a place where we can all unashamedly geek out. I have such fond memories of the first one. I don't know about you guys, but I binged it like over a weekend. It was one of those games, right, where you don't get out of your pajamas for like, yeah, a few days, because you're like, I must not shower. I can't do anything else until I see this through to the end. And I remember like the first encounter with the clickers, and being like paralyzed with fear. Like, they were terrifying. Like, I remember being in a place of cover and being like, I don't want to move until I know the coast is clear, because these things scare the absolute sugar out of me. But yeah, I would love to know some of your memories from playing the first game. I still can't believe it's been so long. But let's have a look at some of the chats. We've got a couple of new members, actually. Ram, high five. Boom. Welcome to you. And Danny McNamara. Boom. Welcome. You guys now have access to custom emojis and also our members-only videos. And you also can obviously access the chat in this video. But please, please, please be mindful of everyone around you and be mindful of spoilers, because, I mean, yeah, it would be silly of me to pretend that certain things about this game and emerged online, but, you know, I think we've all got to keep an open mind, you know, have to see things in context, and I think with a lot of games, it's not really about the event, it's about the destination, right? And I think, like, I can't think of a more apt game for that sort of scenario than The Last of Us. I mean, if you boil The Last of Us down to things that happened, it's like, you know, like, as in very specific, like, plot points, boring, but, like, it's about the journey that these characters go on together. It's about you being right there with them. It's about the emotional turmoil. It's about the interactions. Like, I don't get why you would see some spoilers and think that you have the grasp of the game. It's all about context. It's all about, you know, you being in that moment. So I think what I would really like is for people to keep an open mind about it. So we have a super chat from Xanagill180 who says, will you guys stream this when it comes out? I mean, for sure, I would love to stream, you know, certainly parts of it. I don't really know what to expect. And, you know, if you guys are interested in seeing a stream, of course we will. Like, we'll definitely, I would say we'll definitely do a launch day. I mean, that just is like a given, but hopefully we can go on longer than that, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. So what do we officially know about the game so far? So it's set 5 years after the original game. We've got Ellie and Joel have kind of settled in Jackson, and from the trailers it looks like they've kind of found a community, right? Like they've found a safe place to settle down. And then you also have one of my favorite E3 moments where you have this trailer and sorry, I thought my cat was coming in there. And you have Ellie and new character Dina sharing a kiss. Where that's gonna go, we don't know, but I think it's like any kind of post-apocalyptic game or, you know, TV show or film or whatever. It's like those tiny happy moments are just setting you up for heartbreak, and you know they are, but you can't help but get invested in them, and you're like, oh, I don't want to care about this, but I do, and I'm going to be so sad when it all falls apart. But I'm just really, really excited to see what because I mean, like, The Last of Us Part 1, like, I think that it did some really unexpected things with the genre. I think that it went places with the story that maybe no one expected it to go there. And I really hope that that continues with this. Like, Naughty Dog are one of those studios that continue to rise, and they're one of the few studios that can actually afford to push boundaries of where games can go. And I hope that that continues with this game. We have a super chat from Eric Lowe. He says, even to this day, clickers hold up as one of the scariest video game enemies I've ever encountered. They scared me too and are still creepy AF. Yes, right? Thank you. They are just... they just give me the heebie-jeebies. And I think that part of that is because they're rooted in fact, right? Like, I think that was such a clever thing for Naughty Dog to do, to, like, base a lot of their research on clickers and on the infection, on the cordyceps fungus, right? Which is a real life thing where, you know, it's a fungus that infects ants, I think, and causes them to do things that cause harm to themselves and others around them. Really, really cool. We've got some super chats from, Danny McNamara, our new member. Hi. Says, the best entertainment forms will draw you in regardless of going into it thinking something terrible is going to happen. You're absolutely right. And, you know, I think that it's not only with these leaks, but Naughty Dog itself has come out and said that, well, I think it was Neil Druckmann actually that said, this game is going to be divisive, and that is the angle that they were going for. And personally, I think that that's a really good thing, and I think that's something that we're not really used to seeing in games, like, because gaming always has you playing as hero. We're used to being the hero, right? So I don't know, I just think that it's interesting that they are clearly going out of their way to maybe tell a story that isn't going to sit well with people because we're so used to these characters, and because we're because, like, these characters are people that we think we know. Maybe it's going to show a different side of them. Maybe it's going to, like, make them more complicated, more nuanced, or, you know, maybe it's just going to go completely off the wall and do something that, like, we think isn't right or isn't in tone with the original. Like, that's interesting storytelling, and I'd rather a game be interesting than predictable, right? We've got a new member, Thane Black Axe. Boom! Welcome. Oh my! I think the stream is starting right now. So let me just switch over. We've got a countdown, and let me know if that's too loud, guys, because I know that the YouTube countdowns are notoriously loud. So let me know if I need to adjust that at all. Okay, so Mac23686 says, still on the first one, didn't see any of the spoilers for this one, but judging by the reactions I've seen, I'll watch a Let's Play first before deciding it's worth my money. That's fair enough, you know, like that's absolutely right to do if you feel that that is correct, and yeah, I wouldn't blame anyone for that. Yeah, like I have, you know, I've tried to steer as clear from spoilers as possible, but I do know that, yeah, it's correct. Like Neil Druckmann has said, it would be divisive, and it seems like it is. But I'm prepared to keep an open mind. I'm excited, and I trust Naughty Dog. You know, like I trust that they are a studio who knows storytelling, who knows how to do something interesting, and something unexpected, and something like they're gonna push the boundaries of gaming, and that is a fine by me. Sound is fine, Aoife, but you'll probably have to turn it up after the countdown. Thank you. Yes, I will, because this is drowning me out right now, so it's very hard to think about anything else. Sound is good, sound is good. Oh, we've got another new member. Welcome, James Vass. High five. Glad to have you with us. And just a reminder to everyone before we start, please, please, please be mindful of spoilers. Be considerate of everyone around you, because not everybody wants to know about spoilers before we go into it. So let's just all enjoy the ride and, you know, fun and be good to each other. I do love the state of play. I just like getting hyped for things, like looking forward to things. And apparently, yeah, there's going to be some good stuff to come as well. Yeah, Danny, it's been about 2 years since that initial 3 trailer. I think that was 2018, that one of Ellie and Dina.
I know you wish things were different.
Our baby. She's all grown up and murdering people.
I wish things were different. Ellie! But they ain't.
Please stop!
How could you not be affected by the world? Like, I mean, she's clearly been hardened in ways we just can't imagine. She's been through so much. So much. So Joel is Daddy.
I'm leaving tomorrow.
To do this smart, we'd be leaving Jackson vulnerable.
Do they just get away with this?
How'd you find us?
Oh.
You can't stop this.
So in this game, there's been several new factions introduced. Like, so there's now a religious cult.
But not at any cost.
I can't remember the name. But, so it's not, you know, you're no longer just considering the Fireflies. There's a bunch of different, you know, power struggles that have
I
sprung
really hope
up.
you make it.
She looks so damaged, so tortured.
I have to finish it.
She's only 19 in this game.
There's a cost.
Is that Ellie and Dina?
We could have killed you.
Who is that
Maybe
speaking?
should have.
I'm worried for Ellie. Like, they've said, so this, like, the first game was about...
I'm Neil Druckmann, Vice President of Naughty Dog and the Director of The Last of Us Part 2. We're just a few weeks away from launch on June 18th, when the game will finally be in your hands. The wait has been long, and we're extremely grateful for your patience, especially now in the midst of these unprecedented and challenging times. We hope you're all taking care of yourselves, and that you, your friends, and your loved ones are doing well.
Yeah, it was an old trailer.
Because of these extraordinary circumstances, we can't be together in this final stretch and share the experience. So today we're trying something different. Something we've never done before.
Yeah, she's only 19. Such a baby.
Over the next 20 minutes or so, we're going to give you an in-depth look into what awaits you in The Last of Us Part 2, including new details about the gameplay experience and story. And to cap it all off, we'll be showing a never-before-seen, lengthy gameplay sequence.
Yes, please.
You'll definitely want to stick around for that.
Let's go.
I don't know what happened. I was supposed to take her to the Fireflies and walk away.
The hospital, obviously, where the Last of Us
They
Part
were
1
actually going to make a cure. The only catch, it would kill her.
I can't
The
remember.
Last of Us Part 2 picks up Ellie and Joel's story several years after the events of the first game. Ellie and Joel have settled in Jackson, Wyoming, amongst a thriving community of survivors. With the threats of the world kept outside the town's walls, Jackson has been able to find relative peace and even stability.
They've got electricity
Ellie
and
is now
everything.
19, lives on her own, and has been able to forge lasting relationships within the community.
Yes, get it, girl.
Scale of 1 to 10. How would you rate our kiss from last night?
11.
However, this peace is short-lived.
No. Why?
Jackson and Ellie suffer a violent and traumatizing event. Ellie sets off back into the treacherous outside world in search of retribution
Not gonna be good.
and justice. Her journey will take her to new parts of the country previously unexplored in The Last of Us.
It looks so
The story spans
beautiful.
multiple seasons and climates, from the snow-capped mountains of Jackson to the lush Pacific Northwest. Each introduces a wide range of exterior and interior environments for you to navigate and explore, rendered in meticulous detail and unprecedented scale with the latest iteration of the Naughty Dog engine.
Yeah, I've seen.
Our
that
goal was to
they've
make
said,
these
like, this
environments
is gonna
not
be
only
even
beautiful,
more open world
but
than
feel
the
as
last one.
grounded and authentic to the cities they're based on as possible.
Which I think, like they've said, Seattle's gonna be a key location.
Much of the
as well.
story unfolds in what remains of Seattle, a massive former
Told ya.
quarantine zone. Its locales are incredibly diverse, spanning a dense city center with a skyline of towering high-rises to the beautiful suburbs and stormy waterfronts that surround it.
Oh man.
The city exhibits drastic shifts in architecture,
Is that
elevation,
aquarium
and
a real
weather.
location?
And with Part 2, we've introduced new traversal mechanics that afford greater exploration and ways to navigate threats.
Jump button.
Ellie is not only able to climb and jump over gaps, but she can use ropes to scale vertical terrain or swing over obstacles, allowing you to discover new areas, resources, and side narratives.
She can also go prone.
These more open environments also create new strategic considerations in combat, whether it's to get the jump on enemies or bypass them entirely. The Last of Us Part 2 features some of the largest environments we've ever created.
That looks.
Horseback riding will allow Ellie to quickly cover some of these expansive terrains.
Horsey.
Some streets are so flooded that a boat is required to navigate them.
Oh wow.
However, the world of The Last of Us is as
So
lush
horse
and
riding
inviting
and
as it is deadly.
boats as well. Nice.
As Ellie uncovers the path to finding those who have wronged her,
Verticality.
she must face the many threats of this unknown city.
Amazing.
In the
No,
wake of the pandemic and the fall of the
I do not
quarantine
wanna
zone,
shoot any
Seattle
dogs.
has become a war zone, where two
I
warring factions
refuse, I'm
find
sorry.
themselves in an ongoing conflict for territory
No.
and resources. One of these groups is the Washington Liberation Front, otherwise known as the WLF.
No
The
killing dogs.
WLF are a militia group that began as resistance to the military occupation of Seattle and eventually wrestled control of the city from them. They are highly trained, organized, and well equipped with weapons they stole from the army. They occupy much of the city, imprisoning or killing trespassers on sight.
We've seen this gameplay demo before, and like obviously the human enemies are going to be way harder to get around than the infected.
On the other side of this bloody conflict is a
Because they
group
can
of
work
religious
together.
zealots called the Seraphites, or Scars,
Oof.
defined by the self-inflicted deep cuts that they bear across their faces. Like the WLF, they're deeply tribalistic and territorial. They're known for being stealthy, using overgrowth as cover, and they use more silent weapons like bows and arrows.
Nice.
Clip her wings.
Oh god, no. If you've seen that gameplay trailer, I think that was the Paris Games Week trailer, it is brutal. No.
But beyond this conflict
Ew.
among survivors, the threat that originally brought the world to its knees is very much present. every human is in danger of falling victim to the infected.
That's he's a big lumpy boy.
They are the recently infected runners who are more numerous and aggressive in this game.
They look more like humans. Oh, an arcade.
The blind but extremely deadly clickers.
Nope. No,
And the
thank you.
stalkers who sneak and hide until they're ready to attack, surprising their victims with extreme agility and brutal violence.
So, like with listen mode, you probably
The
can't
Last
hear
of Us
them.
Part 2 introduces new stages of infected, such as the Shamblers. Large,
Oh.
heavily armored enemies that are covered in pustule. Upon getting close to you, they expel a corrosive spore cloud that burns its victims.
Pustule might be one of the worst
Terrifying
words
and
in the
lethal
English
new forms
language.
of infected will have to wait until you play the game for yourselves.
Okay.
Overcoming these threats will require careful consideration of how you approach every combat encounter and how you leverage Ellie's unique skills, equipment, and the environment to your advantage.
No! Don't hurt the pup.
The
Do not.
WLF patrol the streets of Seattle with guard dogs, which are capable of detecting and following you, even while in cover.
You think this guy's connected to the
It's
They
not
can
the
pick up
dog's
your
fault.
scent and alert their handlers to your presence.
Kill the handlers,
Listen
don't kill the
mode will
dog.
reveal your scent trail, so keep moving and cause distractions to avoid detection.
They could be hiding anywhere.
Apparently that's like
25
a
years after the pandemic
real life
began,
technique.
the world
and
is completely
like,
overgrown.
you cannot
Use tall
fool
grass to hide from
a
enemies
dog
and
that's
go
trained
prone
tracky.
to stay out
You
of
can
sight.
only fool the handler
However,
into thinking the
this
dog is
form
wrong.
of analog stealth means you're never fully hidden. If enemies get close enough, they can
Hello.
discover you, even in grass. When Ellie is overwhelmed, running away is a viable option. You can
Because
also
she's
break
tiny
glass
and
or crawl through
nimble.
tight spaces to find new paths or areas to evade or take on your enemies.
These
In
areas
any
seem-
given combat situation, you can flee an encounter and re-establish stealth to regain the advantage. If you absolutely have to fight your way out, there are a variety of tools at your disposal. Ellie's more agile than most of her enemies. She can sprint and quickly dodge incoming attacks. Learning
get
how
me.
opponents attack with different weapons and mastering the timing of your dodges will prevent you from taking damage and create opportunities to counterattack.
Ooh!
You can use throwable items or well-placed shots to stun enemies before dealing a killing blow.
It's that next stab every time.
Or using them as a shield to protect yourself or buy some time to figure out your next move.
Nice. Headshots for days, mate. Ugh.
Ellie isn't always alone on her journey.
Ooh.
Allies will take part in helping you navigate the environment,
Dina.
spot enemies, and meaningfully help you in combat encounters.
Oh, that's Jesse? Oh, Jesse. Get him! I don't think he liked that. Welcome to Shiny Place, new member.
Between the human survivors and the roaming infected, there will be times where multiple threats are present, creating new
It's very
strategic
control-looking,
considerations and
this
opportunities.
area.
You can choose whether to attack these opponents separately and directly, or find ways to pit them against each other.
Nice.
Flee as they fight, or wait until their numbers have thinned out and engage with whomever's left.
That was the thing in the original, right? You could have the infected and like human enemies kind of just engage each other and just like let them fight it out. Hello. Oh god. Easy. Done.
Our goal is to create unparalleled tension, coupled with deep systems that give you greater control and influence over your
Oh,
journey.
so this is about upgrades. Yeah, upgrade
As you
branch.
play, you'll be able to invest in a broad collection of crafting items, weapon, and player upgrades through
So it's
training
like-
manuals scattered throughout the environment and scavenging for ingredients.
It's like the first one where you
These
collect up
skills and
supplements.
upgrade manuals
Yeah,
cater to a
and you
variety
just
of play
throw them
styles,
in.
and the choices you make will create your own distinct experience. We also wanted to extend that agency and personalization to your weapons through our new workbench system.
It's proper
Scavenge for
ASMR.
parts to modify and improve your weapon's performance and attributes, all of which are visualized and
What does
become
that say
part
at the
of your
top?
character.
Slippery? Nice. It looks gorgeous. Not that there was any doubt that it would look gorgeous, but it looks gorgeous.
Survival will also require using the parts and ingredients that you'll find in the environment. which can
Don't
be
shoot the
crafted
dog.
into a wide range of defensive and offensive items, like proximity mines, explosive arrows, pistol suppressors, and more.
The one thing that's always troubled me about Naughty Dog's combat is it always feels a little bit scrappy. Like, I know that's the point, but it sometimes feels a bit too scrappy, so I wonder if in this, because Ellie is more seasoned with combat, if it's still going to be the case, if she's going to be a little bit more efficient.
All of these
how she does
gameplay
things.
systems are meant to immerse you in the world and make you feel in lockstep with Ellie's emotional journey.
Fireflies. Corpses.
As we've said before, this is Naughty Dog's largest, most ambitious game. It may seem like we covered a lot, but we've only scratched the surface of what it's like to play The Last of Us Part 2.
Don't scratch that surface.
We can't wait for you to
Yeah,
experience it all
scratch
for
that one.
yourself on June 19th.
Well,
Until then, here's an extended sequence of never-before-seen gameplay.
yes, please.
Enjoy.
All grown up and swimming through swamps. This looks cool. Yeah, said it before, said it again. This is PS4 going out on a high. This is looking very nice. But yeah, I hope this gives you the option to like avoid combat, to like meet combat on your own terms. It's like so many stealth games when you finally run into
What the fuck are they talking about?
when you run into an altercation, it feels like you've got no choice but to shoot your way out. So I hope that you can kind of fall back, reassess, get your bearings, and just not be like going through like, gotta craft this, gotta do this, gotta reload, gotta get this other gun, and just, I don't know, feel more in control. Hello. They don't look infected. What's happening? Ooh,
Don't make a fucking sound.
no listening to music for you. Oh, no playing PS Vita for you.
Hey, Nora. Sure.
Listen.
Where is she?
In the hospital.
We're in the hospital.
Yeah, they're clearing out the upper floors. She's somewhere in there.
She's playing Hotline Miami. No. Oh, that's hard. No. And there's something about the throat stabs. I can't. Wait. That's definitely Hotline Miami.
Boat's away. Word is we're almost wrapped up.
Good. I got my girl waiting for him for Bob.
You shit me? They put you with Joe again?
She's got her girl waiting for her.
Good job done.
I bet you do. Oh, this is not fair.
I'm telling you, man. Data soldier. It makes these shifts
Data
so much
soldier.
easier.
A gentle reminder that you can always
that in
make it
mind.
gayer. Yes.
Fuck. Sounds like scars are getting closer.
Hope that's our guys executing those freaks.
Can you guys hear the gameplay okay? Sorry, Eric Lowe. Hopefully you can hear now and I'm not just saying random stuff.
I heard we might take the fight to them.
Oh, no way. Not after what went down last time. Even Isaac isn't that crazy.
It's what I heard.
I wonder if it will let you approach things all guns blazing if you want to. Personally, I felt like it was more in keeping with the story to be as stealthy as possible. Nope, never gonna get used to that. But hopefully it'll give people the options to play it how they want. Oh! Is her silencer literally like a a plastic bottle taped to the gun, because that's excellent. Okay. But again, this like lends itself to the not being too scrappy part of the gameplay, but when you do get discovered, I feel like it's just like Sound is fine. Voices are a bit quieter, but it's fine. Thank you guys. Don't hurt! No! Why would you do that? Why would you do that? Oh, that made me feel sick. Listen, I know in this scenario the dogs are hunting you, but like, no, it's not the dog's fault. The dog's only doing what it was trained to do. Yeah, the silencer was a cook bottle, I feel, Lloyd Maeve. Like, that was amazing. Nice. Oh, I love a good headshot with a bow and arrow. Nothing is more satisfying. Oh, come on. Oh, just like that. So good. There's nothing quite like seeing them crumple with like no alarms raised. I mean, that wasn't so much a crumple as a, but you know, you get the idea. Okay. So this place is crawling. No, yeah, there you go. Uh-oh.
Saw movement.
I'll go check it out.
Did you?
Holy shit!
Get them quick before they raise them.
Look out! No, over here!
Well, that's the end of the stealth section.
Asshole!
Ow! Yeah, the sound design is absolutely gorgeous. Like, even the sounds that you don't want to hear, I have to admit, they're very well done. Oh! What is that, a rifle? It's very loud. Okay, so I missed the start of this, but I think we're in a hospital? Just judging by all the beds and stuff. Yeah, looks like it. That's nice.
Damn it! Find another way up!
Yeah, that's quite cool. So if you hadn't done that, could they just have rushed through? Roaches. Roaches for me. Millions of roaches. Yeah, hospital. I stick by my original analysis.
That you, Nora?
Spooky Socialist says, can't wait to have high blood pressure for the entirety of this game. Yep, I think that's everyone. And
The fuck was Abby here?
I'm not stupid. You're gonna tell us where she went.
who are we looking
When
for?
Isaac talks to us about this,
I'm getting tired of this.
Nora. Nora! I'm not going down for her, man.
Are we after Nora? Okay. Yeah, the shiny place says I love they've kept the rifle. I didn't enjoy using it because it was such a risk, but in a good way. An excellent holdover. I agree. In these kinds of games, I try to be as silent as possible, but when all else fails, shotgun to the face. I also love how resources kind of just seamlessly, until you're close enough to them and the tooltip comes up, or the prompt, like they just seamlessly blend
Don't
into
scream.
the... Oh. Oh yeah.
Put that shit down.
Do what she says.
You remember me?
Who's this gal?
Yeah. You remember me.
What did she do? Why did she remember you? Revenge, I am guessing, is probably the thing. 19th of June. looking forward to it. I mean, I can't say that, like, in general, the gameplay has changed all that much. Like, I don't think there's many surprises from the gameplay of the original game. I think that would be fair to say. But, yeah, like, I don't think that the gameplay is the main reason that people are excited about this, right? Like, we're not expecting them to reinvent the wheel. It's just about the continuation of the story of these characters that we love. And I kind of, yeah, I trust. Sorry. Hit me with that title card. Yeah, we all know how this stuff works these days. But yeah, like, I think like, despite, you know, all this kind of stuff online, despite like having to dodge spoilers like there's no tomorrow, I trust Naughty Dog to tell a good story, because that's kind of, you know, that's what we know them to be good at. And yeah, like they've said before, if it's divisive, then it's challenging, and challenging can be good. And I'm excited to see where they take it. I think that, you know, if what we're kind of seeing from these glimpses is anything to go by, it's like, it seems like Ellie is pushed to a dark place for one reason or another, and I think that is the basis for some really interesting discussions. Like, I've seen on some previous PlayStation videos, the co-director Neil Druckmann says, like, you know, they're specifically trying new things, and they are pushing it to a dark place. And yeah, like, I think that's good, and I think it's good to challenge what people sort of think, and, you know, what games can do and what stories can do. And like, if they're not scared to maybe ruffle some feathers, that's interesting. So yeah, I would love to know what you guys thought of that state of play. If you guys are going to pick up the game, if there's some stuff that you're still on the fence about, drop us a comment and let us know. And yeah, that just about does it for this live stream. But yeah, we will definitely be playing, doing more The Last of Us 2 stuff on the channel very, very soon. So do subscribe if you haven't already. Check out some of our other videos that we've done on the subject. Also check out previous reactions to State of Plays, including the most recent one, Ghost of Tsushima. See you all soon.